Hello, everybody. My name's Sue. Lovely to meet you all this afternoon. So first of all, we're going to talk about myths and reality. So first of all, let's have a look at some of the myths that are out there about AI. So AI and machine learning and deep learning are all the same thing. That is a myth. I'm going to be explaining those to you in a minute. AI can think and feel like humans. AI will eventually learn to function like the human brain. More data means better AI, and AI is only for technically skilled people. So the reality is that AI, machine learning and deep learning are very closely related, but they very much differ. So for example, AI, this is a good way to think about it. AI is the goal. It's what we're trying to get the machine to do for us. The tasks that we associate with human intelligence, we're asking it to do reasoning for us, planning for us, perceive things, communicate for us. Now, machine learning is actually how do we achieve that AI? How do we achieve that goal? So it's the systems that improve a task by it learns different patterns from data rather than being explicitly programmed. So that gives you a clue towards AI is for only technically skilled people. We don't need programming skills. We don't need coding skills at all because we've got machine learning as part of AI, which is the goal. Now, deep learning, it's a type of machine learning, but it uses what we call multi-layer neural networks. And that's a bit of a mouthful, okay? But what that actually means is that the models are many stacked layers. And each of those layers are tiny little maths units. And those little maths units we would call neurons. And each layer basically transforms that data a little bit together, and so it can learn some very complex patterns. Now, why that matters is because the earlier layers within this deep learning, it spots simple things. So, for example, if you uploaded a picture, it would see the edges. Then it would begin to see the shapes. And then those shapes, it would begin to think, what are those objects that are of that shape? All right. So all of these three things together is a little bit like an assembly line in a factory. So you've got station 1 does the cleaning, station 2 does the chopping, station 3 does the cooking, station 4 has the plates, and each stage builds on the last. All right, so that's what we mean by AI. That's the goal, and machine learning and deep learning. I mean, a useful simple analogy that you can take away is AI would get the dinner made for you, all right? But the machine learning would learn what worked best by trying different recipes and keeping the recipes that taste the best. Whereas deep learning is really like a master chef who's, if anybody likes MasterChef, I'm a big fan, who's tasted millions of dishes and can invent new recipes from raw ingredients. All right, so that's really one of the main differences between those terms that we often hear when we start digging a little deeper into artificial intelligence. Now, we said AI can think and feel like a human. That is a myth. AI cannot. It lacks the true understanding. It lacks emotions and consciousness. Okay, it is still a machine. And those are the things that consciousness, those emotions, that's really what defines us as humans. Now, the way that you may have noticed ChatGPT, for example, some of you said that you were using that, or even Copilot, in terms of how it responds to you, it might respond emotionally. It seems like it is. It might be very kind, or it might be very understanding, but that's just how it's been programmed with an algorithm to respond to you like that. However, it can come across as though it is emotionally intelligent and has consciousness. It doesn't. That is just algorithms that's doing that for you. So will AI eventually learn to function like the human brain? So no, algorithms are just what they are. Algorithms are literally just algorithms, all right? So does more data mean better AI, better artificial intelligence? It can, okay, but only if the data is good, the data is clean, it's easy to read, and that data is available. But so it doesn't necessarily mean that more data makes AI better, because if it's poor data, then no, it certainly won't. And is AI only for technical skilled people? Well, my mum's 85. She loves ChatGPT, and I would not say that she's technically skilled. So that's completely false. It is totally inclusive for absolutely everyone. In fact, my mum texted me the other day saying that she's doing AI for silvers, grey-haired people, I'm guessing. It's wonderful. So I don't know if anybody else has any other myths that they're aware of or they've heard of, or something that they're concerned whether that's true or not. If you do, please feel free to pop something in the chat. Any questions that you've got, you can also pop in the chat. There will be time for questions at the end, but if you want to make a note of something so you don't forget, please feel free. So